I have here a very, very good, low mileage, very nice 1997 Ford Expedition, Eddie Bauer edition, basically loaded to the hilt little SUV. Not little, actually a big SUV. All right, first of all, let's start her up. There's a lot of good things about this vehicle, which I'm going to tell you about, and not much in the way of negative things, but I'm going to let you know everything. First of all, if you'll notice, there's none of those annoying check engine lights on. And as you can see, there is one warning light. Well, one warning light that is negative, and that's the check suspension. I have two Expeditions right now, a 2000 and this one, and both of them have that light on. However, I have not been able to see whether or not that has affected this vehicle. And I can tell you for certain it hasn't, because I have put several thousand miles on this vehicle. Actually, for the last 4 or 5 months, I have used this as my tow vehicle. You know, towing cars with a tow dolly, not heavy towing. But I want to let you know, this thing has not missed a beat, runs fantastic. I do know this vehicle very, very well. And I can't always say that. All right, first of all, let's do the power equipment. I can hear the motor working in the right rear window, but apparently the regulator is disconnected. Right front window works exactly as it should. Let's go around to this side, and this window exactly as it should. And of course, the left front up and down. All right, power mirrors. Driver's mirror, no problem. Passenger mirror. Up and down, doesn't seem to be a problem. In and out may be a little bit of an issue. It does have, as you can see, front and rear air. It does have a driver information center, okay? So that basically just means it tells you that, as you can see, because the low fuel light's on, there's not a whole lot of gas in this. But check out the mileage. That's the most impressive part. 97,971. And like I said, I put a few of those thousand on this. Cruise control, tilt wheel, intermittent wipers, so on and so forth. Oh, this has, in my opinion, the best four-wheel drive setup. It's got two-wheel drive all the time, all-wheel drive, which is where the vehicle makes up its mind whether it should be in it or not, four high, which is four-wheel drive all the time, and four low, that you pretty much only need if you're caught in like an 8-foot deep snowstorm. Basically, nobody ever needs to use that. I just had the whole four-wheel drive system gone over. It does work exactly as it should. The reason I like this setup is because the two high, you disable the transfer case, you get a slight bump in your fuel mileage. Air conditioner, ice cold. I gotta have cold air conditioning. I'm sorry, when I drive a vehicle, if it's not cold, it drives me nuts. All right, and as you can see, passenger seat, very nice and clean. Even this area where you put your elbow, pretty nice and clean. I mean, guys, remember, it's a 97 model year, so it's not going to be perfect. Oh, jerky aftermarket radio. As you can hear, it does work. Okay, I don't know the details as far as the CD player or whatnot, because I don't have any. But I don't know. I think Ford radios are fine. I don't know why they would put that in, especially since this had the mock audio system in it. But hey, people are funny. They do what they want to do. Tilt wheel, all that stuff. Factory fog lights. As you can see, the driver's door, very nice and clean. The only wear and tear of any significance on this vehicle is right here on the driver's seat. You don't really notice it when you're driving, but it is there. And I'm going to guess it was probably a rather large person that probably drove this vehicle, because usually with under 100,000 miles, you don't see this type of wear and tear unless it was a pretty big person in the vehicle. Okay, power seat, forwards, backwards, up, down. It does work in all positions. I know because I've used it. Let me move this out of the way. As you can see, it's got a nice carpeted plastic floor mat, and underneath you can see the carpeting is in pretty decent shape. It should be for the low mileage that this vehicle has. Okay, let's do the tires. All right, first of all, left front tire, yeah, not great. You'll get the summer out of it, but I would say by winter, you're definitely going to want to replace that. Let's call that 30%. Let's go to the back tire, which is the same kind of tire as the front. Now this, surprisingly, is a little bit better. That's more like 50%. Again, not fantastic, but you know, you're going to definitely want to have to put tires on this at some point. Another matching tire. This side is more like 35%. And I'm going to guess this one is like 30%. Yeah, so let's just call all the tires 30 to 35% of their tread left. Basically meaning, come wintertime, you probably want to put some new skins on it. It does have the nice, as you can see, Ford, very clean looking aluminum alloy wheels. All right, let's do the body. Right front fender. Nice, clean, no dents, no scratches, no nicks. Right front door. There's some spots here, but they rub right off, so that must be something my guy didn't get. And as you can see, no nicks, no dings, no dents. Let's open the door up. I always like to do, there's your door jamb. As you can see, nice and clean. Let's do the door frame. I like to do this because, as you will notice, if there's going to be a rust problem, 90% of the time it starts right under here. And as you can see, there's a tiny little bit starting right there. For this year vehicle, not bad at all. As you can see, nice, clean, molded running boards on it. Makes it a lot easier to get in and out of the vehicle. Okay, let's do this door jamb. As you can see, pretty nice. All right, we'll go around this door frame. There we go. And same thing as there, just a little tiny bit, but not bad at all. You can't even see it from the outside. Now, cool thing is, as you can see, this does have 7 passenger seating. So that means it's got 3 rows of seats. And actually, you know what? 3, 6, this may have 8 passenger seating actually. I think you might actually get a bonus on this one. There's your rear air conditioner controls right there. Here's your headliner, you can see, nice and clean. It's very representative of a 97,000 mile vehicle. All right, let's do the roof. I'm not that tall, so hopefully I'm giving you guys a pretty good picture of it. As you can see, it does have the roof rack with the crossbars on it. All right, you can also see it's got deep tinted glass. It's a 2-tone paint job with the matching pinstripe because it is an Eddie Bauer. This left rear or right rear quarter panel, I see one little scratch there, but other than that, no dents, no dings. All right, the rear. All right, here's your hatch. Looks like one scratch there. As I said, it's an Eddie Bauer. Rear bumper, surprisingly, on this vehicle is really nice. And why I'm surprised is a lot of times, especially on these Fords, these bumpers, the chrome part actually gets really rotted out. As you can see, this one's nice. It's got the Class 3 weight distributing hitch, and I know that this electrical stuff all works because I used it. Give you guys a little shot underneath. Looks like you're going to need a tire for the spare. So it's got the wheel there. I just noticed it doesn't have a tire on it. Okay, so as you can see, I have the hatch. You can open up either the window or the whole hatch, but I open the window up. Bear with me. I'm going to try to put my plate on here and do this one-handed, if it's at all possible. Well, let's see what we can do here. See how, there, and then bam, we close that. There's my plate, and let me see. I forgot, I think it's this way is the door. Yep, and here's the whole hatch. So, one nice thing that I always like about these vehicles, it's just starting to sprinkle a little bit, and what's nice is you can stand under here if you're loading or unloading something and you won't get wet. Let's do the door frame on this one, the door jamb, I'm sorry. And as you can see, nice and clean. Now, interesting, these seats, this rear seat here is one whole piece, and this whole thing you can pop and pull out, or you can just flip it forward, which is what I did when I was using this. Those seats also fold forward to make this a flat cargo area. So you can see it's a gigantic area if you want to use this as a cargo vehicle. You don't even have to use it as a 7-passenger vehicle, but that's certainly up to you. All right, now we close this. Take a little step back. You can see this is just a really nice, pretty blue, by the way, but nice looking truck. All right, this quarter panel, no dents. I don't really see any dings, just some minor scratches. This door, again, you know, a couple of little scratches there, but I don't see any dings or dents. You can see the back, very clean. Actually has double floor mats in it. Wow. Here's your door jamb. There you go. And let's do your door frame. Has the child safety locks right there. And underneath, looks just like the other side. It just has that tiny, tiny little bit there, but as you can see, on the outside, absolutely nothing. And let's do this frame. Jam, excuse me. All right, we'll go back here and do this door frame. And there you go. As you can see, all 4 doors are exactly the same. Very good condition, but with a light little amount of just some surface rust that appears starting. That door has one, looks like a little dent right there. Other than that, not a bad looking vehicle. And of course, the left front fender, very nice. Now, moving around to the front, always tells you a lot on a vehicle. The front of this front bumper also is surprisingly immaculate. The headlights are clear. I mean, I guess you would expect kind of this stuff. I mean, here we got a little rub mark. That's about it. I probably should have just thrown some gold touch-up paint on there, but I didn't just notice that until now. Like I said, it's got the factory fog lights, factory tow hooks, and here, I'm going to let you guys take a little look underneath. As long as there's nothing blocking our way, sometimes they put shields and stuff under here. You guys can see underneath. And of course, as always, the heart and soul of any vehicle is the engine. Interesting on this vehicle, this is a 97. As you can see, those strong arms are actually working. They're supporting and holding the hood up. I have my 2000 Expedition. They don't hold the hood up, so go figure. They may have been replaced too. Okay, in my opinion only, the Triton 5.4 liter V8 is one of the best motors that Ford ever put in a truck. That's my opinion only. It's very powerful, yet for a V8 gets you decent gas mileage, okay? It's not going to be an econo box, that's for sure, but you know what? People don't buy these for that. But listen to this motor. I'm going to rev it up for you. Pull this up and listen up. I'm running out of gas. Okay. You know what? We're going to take a little break here. I'm going to go throw some gas. Alright, sorry about that. So now we have some gasoline in her. And I want you to listen up and you can hear how nice this thing is sounds. Now, naturally, you don't need to be a mechanic to understand that that sounds great. There's no valve taps. There's no knocks, no high rev knocks, and I obviously can smell, you can't. There's no strange smells coming off of the engine either. But overall, this is just a really sharp looking, very nice, nicely equipped Eddie Bauer Expedition. And as you can see, even the hood, you know, it's got a couple little chips in it. What? No, actually, no, that was just wax. Very nice shape. As you can see, it's a beautiful truck. So this is going to be a nice low mileage vehicle for somebody. Okay, we're going to go and we are going to take it for a spin right now. Alright, so now, so long as I can keep from getting my big fat head in the way, you guys should have a pretty good view of everything there going down the road. Like I said, this is a 4-speed automatic. Right now we are in 2-wheel drive. Alright, and here we go. Go right up 50 miles an hour, no problem. One thing I always liked about these vehicles is they're very smooth and quiet, nice. This one is no different. You know, goes down the road pretty smooth, you know, hands-free. It doesn't swerve off the side of the road. So, you know, yeah, it actually, you know, pretty darn nice. Oh, there is one thing I wanted to mention. For some reason, this thing has this automatic overdrive. You push this button in on the end of the stalk. It doesn't work. All the gears work, nothing wrong with the transmission. It's an electrical thing. This little handle, for some reason, is a real problem with Fords. They keep popping off. I'm sure if you put a new handle on, it would be fine, but just wanted to let you know that. But everybody throws it in drive and just goes anyway, so it never bothered me in all the thousands of miles I drove it. So, and in 2-wheel drive, it's got a very nice turning radius as well. All right, we're going to head back to the lot now. You know, it's not as speed demon. It's not a race car, but yet it has plenty of torque, nice power, and as I said, you know, for towing or a big family, it's perfect. Not going to get you great gas mileage, but again, you're not buying this vehicle for its gas mileage. Now, what we're going to do is I'm going to pull over into this vacant lot across the street from my place. I'm going to let go of the steering wheel, slam on the brakes, and we'll see what happens. It's sort of like a brake test I'm trying to do for you guys, okay? Basically, it'll just indicate if there's any kind of serious brake issues. It's about all the best I can do, you know, on a long-distance video. So here we go. Pull in over here. I know where there's a little patch of gravel here. I'll let go of the steering wheel and... Okay, now there's something I don't know whether you noticed on the video or not, or if you could hear it, but if you notice the wheel twitched a little bit and you heard a little noise, like a little whirring noise, what that is the anti-lock brake pump activating. So that means very good news for you guys. This thing has anti-lock brakes, which of course is a nice safety feature. I love anti-lock brakes. I think it's one of the best inventions they ever came up with for safety. Okay, now the next thing we're going to do is we're going to test the four-wheel drive. And how I do that is where I'm going right now is into my driveway, which is gravel, and it actually is a pretty good angle uphill. All right, it's kind of difficult for you to see. But here's what I'd like everybody to do. I'm going to turn this off so it's quiet. Turn that down. Very quiet in here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to step on the gas, and I want you to hear, and you'll hear the gravel getting kicked up underneath the vehicle, because at this point only the rear wheels are going to work. Now listen. All right, did you see that? We went kind of sideways. It kicked up gravel underneath, and we didn't get going that quickly. So what you do is you switch it to all-wheel drive. Okay, I don't know if you can see, but in the display down here, all four-wheel drive came up. Now listen again. See, it caught. Didn't kick up gravel, it pulled us straight up the hill. And that's was the vehicle, the computer in this truck right then was deciding which wheel to send the four-wheel drive signal to. Now, we kick it into four-wheel all the time, and it just says 4x4 in there. Now we'll do it again, and it'll be even better because it's all the time. Here we go. Not a bit of gravel was kicked up, okay, by that. It just pulled with the four-wheel drive working exactly as it should. I have tried it in low. It does work. It's just a lot of time and a pain in the butt to display to do that for you, and I don't want these videos to be any longer than they have to. And what's nice is you can throw it in all-wheel drive or four-wheel drive pretty much at any speed, you know, highway speed, I think up to 65 miles an hour. Okay, now it's time to do our recap and end this video. This is a 1997, right? Is it a 97? Yes, Ford Expedition Eddie Bauer, two-wheel, 4x4, all-wheel drive. Very, very low mileage. 97,972 miles. Let me hit the door lock. All right, I'm going to take the camera off here, and we're going to take one last walk around, and then we'll call it a quits on this. Okay, so let me take one. Oh, this is just got very nice, very clean wheels. But I just want you to take a look. Even though it is a little bit of an older vehicle, it has super low mileage, and it is in super clean and nice shape. So here we go, bring you all the way around this puppy. All right, and that's it, folks. So basically, if you want yourself a nice 7-passenger tow, cargo, 4x4, whatever, this will be a nice, inexpensive one for you. Thanks.